New York State, as we've established here tonight, has the most cases of the coronavirus in our country. The town of New Rochelle, about 25 miles north of where we are here in New York City, was an early epicenter of the outbreak. 5 days ago, it became the first community in our country to set up a 1-mile so-called containment zone to try to slow the spread of the infection. The National Guard were brought in, part of that effort, to help with deep cleaning of public buildings, among other things, and with meal deliveries. Friday, New Rochelle also opened New York's first drive-through facility to test people for the virus, which was also the first of its kind on the East Coast. Noam Branson is the mayor of New Rochelle. He lives oddly within the containment zone and is with us tonight. Hey, Mr. Mayor, for people in a national audience who may not know from New Rochelle the way we know it from local news here on WNBC TV in New York, are these cases still stemming from the one guy, the one innocent man, the lawyer and commuter who brought, as far as we know, the first case to your town?
It's impossible to know. The initial burst of cases was clearly connected to that first index patient. But as the case numbers have risen, it's been harder and harder to trace it back with certainty because the connections become too tangential. But I should say, you mentioned the containment zone. I think what's interesting about New Rochelle's experience and what it illustrates is just how quickly this is moving. When the containment zone was established, it was rightly seen as a forceful and necessary measure to limit the spread of the virus in an area with a high concentration. And now here we are 1 week later, and every restriction within the containment zone has been overtaken and exceeded by new statewide restrictions. So in a sense, all of New York is now a containment zone, and I think we all expect that before long, all of America will be a containment zone.
And yet, we've been saying it's become popular in the media to say that our country is running about 2 weeks behind the experience in Italy. You being an early containment zone and your town having dealt with a cluster of cases kind of puts you somewhere between the United States and Italy in present time.
That's correct. And no community would want that kind of challenge. We're not happy about the fact that we've gone first. But it is true that our experience has been earlier. And as a consequence, there may be lessons that will be relevant to cities like New Rochelle. And the thing I'd say is that although, of course, it's been enormously difficult for us, concerning on every level, concern for one's health, concerns for the disruption of daily life, if there is any good news, it is that our social infrastructure has held firm in the face of enormous and unprecedented pressure. We've had not-for-profit organizations that have really stepped up in a remarkable way. The city government has adjusted to an entirely altered work environment and is still delivering basic services. Our school district has mobilized to provide meals to children who need free and reduced cost breakfasts and lunches. And the people of New Rochelle have really risen to the occasion in a remarkable way. Neighbor supporting neighbor, a real sort of organic outburst of volunteerism. So that social infrastructure will be really important to us as we move forward. In a way, we benefited from having unique state focus on what's happening here, from having a mobile testing center that was introduced, from having the National Guard to assist us with logistical and operational challenges. But as New Rochelle moves from being unique to being typical, increasingly we'll be on our own. And that's why those internal partnerships, mobilizing those internal resources, will be really essential in making sure that our community emerges on the other side as healthy and strong as possible.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.